Hey everyone. So thank you so much for pressing play. I just want to share with you something that I have just learned. So bear with me. I may not be the best at explaining it because it's just gone into my brain. But this is about how to share your products and your company and how build an audience on social media. So it's totally just flipped everything upside down in terms of what we've been told from our upline and our team and what other people are doing, etc. But I think it's pretty cool and different. And from watching this call from this network marketing guru, Klaver, I think it's something that I need to share with you guys basically. So Klaver is a network marketing pro. She's been the top she has been the top in 5 network marketing companies, and she uses social media to do that, and she uses Facebook particularly. And on this talk, she was talking about how to stop screwing up our posts. And I don't know about you, but what I have been doing isn't working for me anymore. I'm not expanding my audience. I'm not having anybody contact me, coming to me about these posts. So what used to work 5 years ago is not working anymore. And she has taught, in this call that I watched, she taught us a new angle, basically. And the main part of this approach is to expand our Facebook audience. I've got some notes here that I'm reading off. And for this, I suppose we need to just kind of take a step back and slow down a little bit so we can get the jits of it, so we can speed up again. So the first thing she talked about is we have to stop getting distracted, okay? So she put a challenge, I dare you to turn your phone on flight mode, because then you'll really know how much you've got an addiction. And she talked about how we always turn to our phone. Sometimes it's the first thing we pick up when we wake up in the morning, is roll over and pick up our phone and look straight at social media. And we are getting so distracted by it, and we're not really doing any much work or implementing much work because of our addiction with social media. And what are we looking for? We're looking for likes. That's what it sends a little bit of an endorphin hit, and we love that. We love that we get that like. But she said you can't take likes to the bank, so quit it, stop it. And she said she puts her phone on flight mode, and she gets so much work done. And if you do that, you'll really realize how addicted you are to your phone. But yeah, just cut that BS out and really just knuckle down and do some actual work. And so what she talked about, where are my pens? Hang on. Okay, sorry, I wasn't really that prepared. Okay, so the goal with this call is to expand your Facebook audience, right? And she really wanted to just get in our head and keep it in our head and be clear about our goal on Facebook. And the other thing she said is, if you're on, LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, she said, quit it, just stick to one and nail it instead of dabbling in 3 or more. So just pick one space to really nail it and do it properly. Okay, so she does Facebook. So what she did here, okay, she wanted to really just tell us that nobody comes to Facebook to get sold. Okay, just like us and our own addiction, we come for distraction. We come for entertainment. So if we pick up our phone and there's like, join me, my company's wonderful, we've got Dr. blah, 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 and we've got the best products, and I just got paid $500, and oh my God, I'm going on another trip, and oh my God, just look at this person, they've lost 10 kilos, and oh my God, this. They know, and you know, that you're trying to sell them. So that just puts a sour taste in their mouth, and that used to work, but it doesn't anymore. So nobody picks up their phone to look for advertising or get to be sold, okay? Just like us and our endorphins hits when we want those likes, they are the same. So they are getting on Facebook, our audience is getting on Facebook to be entertained, to be, to have some gossip, to have new information, solve some problems, etc. Okay, so this is what she did. Because she wants us to be clear about two things, all right? Be clear. You see that? Huh, it's not really that clear. Okay, so this is us, right? That's what do we want to do on social media, okay? Let's be honest, we want to get customers, right? We want to grow our business. We want to get business builders, okay? So that's what we're doing. We're trying to tell people that they need to come and join our company. They need to join us, etc. So we want builders and we want customers, okay? Is that clear? And what do the customers want? They want to be entertained. They want gossip. They want advice or their problems solved. What else did she have? Yeah, they want us, they are picking up their phone wanting us to solve their problems, okay? So, but they don't want to be sold to. So we have to change our way of thinking, and we have to change about how we are going about our posts. And people know that we're trying to sell to them and it's not working. So I don't know if maybe it is for you, but it isn't for me. And so what she said is that we have to go with a real indirect method, okay? So we have to stop skiting. We have to stop going, oh my God, we got this, we've got adaptogens, we've got cleanse, we've got, Jim and Kathy Coover, we've got the best CEO, we give back, blah, 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 blah. We have to, because people don't care about us. They don't care about your story. They care about themselves. They want to know what's in it for them. So the way to solve more problems for people is to ask more questions, and we have to create more conversations, and the only way to do that is to create more questions, right? Ask more questions, and we have to be a question master. And we have to come at our audience from an angle that is not straight for the jugular. It's more subtle, and it's more about them and what problems we can solve for them. So what she did is, on this call, there were other network marketers. It wasn't just for Isogenics. I'm just going to shut the door because it's bright in my eyes. So it wasn't just Isogenics people, okay? So she gave an example of a post that you could do, and you'll start to get an idea of what I'm trying to emphasize here about the more indirect method of about solving a problem instead of like, come join me kind of method. And what she had was a skincare range, okay? So say, for example, there was, yeah?
I was just going to explain to you what was scary.
Oh, later. Thank you. So say, for example, you sell skincare products, okay? And for you, it's been really, really helpful to get rid of skin spots. So you could go on Facebook and talk about the CEO and talk about the company name and talk about the ingredients of your cosmetic or skincare line and how amazing they are and that it's all natural and blah, 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 blah. But nobody gives a shit about that. Nobody cares. They want to know what's in it for them. They want to know how you can solve my problem, okay? So you have to come from that angle. So she gave this suggestion that you could do a post that says something like, I Okay, so it was like a poll, okay? So a poll saying, which ad would you choose? So something like ad 1 is, if you have sunspots, you want to get rid of, without surgery, click here. Okay, so that's one ad or one poll. And the next one is, what did she have? Before you give up on sunspots. So you have to be creative, okay? She's not giving us the answers. We have to think for ourselves and what aligns well. And the other thing she really, really said was that there's a rule for everything in your life, but particularly your network marketing business, is everything you do, follow your own truth, okay? So if it doesn't sit well, if it's not what you have had, don't do it, basically. If you haven't had skin spots, don't talk about skin spots. If you haven't had weight loss with Isogenics, don't talk about weight loss, because it's not your own truth. And I'll talk about that a little bit more, about your particular subject or your particular solution for your audience. Okay, so, so back to the poll. So if you've given up, before you give up on sunspots, read this. Okay, so she's got a poll here. The poll says, which would you choose? If you have sunspots, which ad would you choose for a solution, or something like that? So in a way, she's calling her audience by name. If you have this problem, read this post. And it's only people that have sunspots that are actually going to click or go or know somebody that has sunspots and wants to get rid of them, that is actually going to vote on that poll. Somebody that wants to, I don't know, get a nose job isn't going to vote on that poll. Somebody that has skin tags isn't going to vote on that poll. Somebody that has acne isn't going to vote on that poll, because it doesn't align to them, right? So you've announced who you want to talk to, or who you're calling by name as such, and then they vote on that poll, and then that's where you can talk to them privately on Facebook about their problem, etc. When you talk to them about sunspots, like private message them, go, hey, thanks for voting on my poll. Have you got sunspots, or what have you done to, don't go straight for the jugular again, like enthusiastically, oh my God, you got to try this. It's more like, okay, so what have you done? Like, how's it going for you? How bad was it? Has it improved? Just be in their problem, right? What else did she say? And we all know that with ISA and with network marketing, we only get paid by bringing value, okay? So we have to strain our brain a little bit and really think about what is our problem. And Jen Patch was on the call, of course, because she's my girl. And she said to me, because she's a top earner, right? And so she's got a huge downline of people that you're like Andrew Logan's in her team and all these other people in her team. All the way down to New Zealand. There's like Shayna Innes is in Jen Patch's downline, okay? So what you can do with your team is you can obviously go into your back office and you can look to see who's enrolling. And she knows, she said this, she's like, guys, I guarantee you that the people that are promoting Isogenics or promoting their business by saying how wonderful it is, or she didn't say it so nicely as I am, but skiting, aren't enrolling. They're income earners, but it's not through their posts. It's not through their posts. They are not attracting attention through their posts anymore. They're not bringing value to the world. People don't want to be sold to, and they're losing it. So she's really emphasizing the difference we have to start making with our posts and really bring value to that person or our audience in terms of that indirect method. So you're calling your audience with who has a problem, and you're asking like a different avenue, like a different angle for the problem that they have. Go away, Ralph. It's opening the curtain. What else? She had another one. Okay. Brain, blah blah blah. So this is where we really have to start to think about who our own personal target audience is. Yep, we want to reach out to everybody. We want to solve everybody's problems. And Isagenix does so much. It helps with energy, weight loss, better sleep, less stress, performance, muscle gain, blah, blah, blah. But if we spread ourselves too thin, we're not targeting that one specific type of person and their problem. So our personal market is your before and after. So my personal market could be people that can't sleep, right? So on my target audience that I'm going to call to is people who can't sleep at night, or mums that are overthinking, or mums that are just hormonal wrecks, or mums that are hating their job, or, you know, so I have to really do a bit of brain strain and really figure out who my target audience is. And the way to think about it is this. Isagenix is growing so fast within New Zealand, and I know that I'm approaching people about it and they've already heard about it because blah, blah, blah does it and blah, blah, blah does it. So they pretty much now, those people have already heard about it and they have 4 options to go for on who, if they choose to get started, who they're going to go with. So what is your point of difference? Why would somebody choose to go with you instead of somebody else? And that's what we really need to emphasize here on our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is our window to the world of who we are and what is our story and what is our target audience. But we have to remove the whole hype about it and the whole look at me, I'm amazing, and look what I'm doing, and look what blah, blah, blah is doing, and blah, blah is doing, and you need to join me, and more approach that person about their problem and what you can do. And you also have to realize that, yeah, we are an option for people. Yeah, we're an option for who to go with if we choose to do Isagenix, but we're also an option for compared to other weight loss companies. So if a person wakes up one morning and go, okay, I really need to lose some weight, they're going to look at 10 different options as one, and one of them could be Isagenix. Okay, so they might do Weight Watchers, they might do keto, they might do, I don't know, clean eating and exercise, okay? So we have to have a point of difference here, and we have to have edge, and we have to know what our specific transformation is and go with that. So there's this really cool thing. I'm going to share my screen. Share. So this beautiful person, I say, okay, that's another... okay. So if I go Facebook, Shayna. So this is what Shayna sent me recently, or yesterday, and this is exactly what I'm trying to emphasize, okay? It is up here somewhere. Okay, that's here. Of course, everyone wants to reach maximum audience, to be seen by millions, to maximize return on investment or have a huge impact. And so we fall all over ourselves to dumb it down, average it out, pleasing everyone and anyone. Can you see a problem? Okay, so that's really talking about that we solve weight loss, we solve energy, we solve cleansing, we solve all these different things, but we're thinning ourselves out. When you seek to engage with everyone, you really delight anyone. And if you're not irreplaceable, essential of one-of-a-kind change maker, you never get a chance to engage with the market. The solution is simple but counterintuitive because, you know, it's so true. Like, this doesn't feel right, but once you get your head around it, it really starts to make sense. Like, why would you only target one type of person? Stake out the smallest market you can imagine, the smallest market that can sustain you, the smallest market that can adequately serve. This goes against everything you learn in capitalism school, but in fact, it is the simplest way to matter. When you have your eyes firmly focused on the minimum viable audience, you will double down on all the changes you seek to make. Your quality, your story, and your impact will all get better. And then, ironically, the word will spread. It is easy to talk about in the abstract, but difficult to put into practice. Just about every brand you care about, just about every organization that matters to you, this is how they got there. By focusing on just a few and ignoring the non-believers, the uninvolved, and the average. So that's pretty cool, right? I hope that's starting to really sink in about what I'm trying to emphasize here. So once I finished watching that call, I was like, okay, I'm clicking in, and I just want to share with you this chick here. Okay, so Brooke Nelson. She is a quiet achiever, and she was on that call, and she is a textbook promoter of what I'm trying to show you guys on what I think is a really cool way to go about it. Okay, so this is Brooke. She is a mum of 2. She's married to that handsome man, and this is her intro. I help shift working nurses who are tired all the time get more energy, but not how you might think. Okay, so she's only targeting nurses that do shift work, that are tired. That's very specific, right? And you can see here there's nothing about isogenics. There's nothing about Jim and Kathy Coover. There's nothing about John Anderson and how it's full of adaptogens and how amazing she is and that she's won a trip to Fiji, that she's won a trip to Peak Performers. There's nothing of that. And this is what's so cool, is that she's expanding her audience. She's running polls. I know that changing my eating will help me feel better, but I just don't have the time. No time to meal prep, so changing your eating isn't working. How will you handle it? Find a way to get results without having to meal prep. Quit because it's too hard. Where are you here? Okay. And I just love it. I think it's so cool. So I recommend, just to get your head around it, scroll through her page and just kind of grasp what she's doing. Because if we do what everyone else is doing, you know, how are we going to get ahead? We need to be different. We need to stand out. And I asked Jen after this call, after watching it and taking these notes, who's doing this? Who's somebody that I can follow to get ideas from? And she said, Brooke Nelson. I was like, cool. Who else? And she was like, Brooke Nelson's really good. Like, she's the only one really doing this. So if we do everything what everyone else is doing, again, people can choose who they go to. So we need to just narrow down our audience. Another one that's doing it for the boys is Andrew Logan. And he's a very rich man, but he's still enrolling. Wife in the Mood. Kid 1, dad, kid 2. I don't know what that's about, but I haven't read it. A day planning, strategizing, and construction. That's him and his pals. Okay, so here's a live about maximizing your workout by refueling properly with PT and PT Sam. I help busy dads lose weight and feel great without complex meal prep or needing to exercise. Okay? Dads, busy. Lose weight and feel great without prep. Very specific, right? So he doesn't do it as obvious as Brooke. Look, I love how he loves his wife. He's so cute. Okay, question for all the dads. Which do you find is a bigger struggle? Enough time with the kids, enough time for yourself. Okay, so only dads are going to vote on that, right? And then you can have a private conversation with them and blah, blah, blah. Find out their problem, match it to a solution. Are you struggling with that final wobble around your belly that just won't seem to go away? We all know how it goes, blah, blah, blah. So I hope you're getting the idea here. Sometimes I read Angie's horoscope so I know what kind of day I'm in for. Funny. Okay. So I hope you're getting the idea here, guys. And what you need to do now is really think long and hard about what your original transformation is. And I know there's people watching this call that have only just started, and there's some that are been in it for a long time, but you really need to think about what your original transformation was and what you want to go with. Who do you want to target? Who do you want to call into your life? And yeah, these people will have you'll have a poll, right? And then that will expand your audience, because you might be not solving that person's problem, sunspots, but that person might know somebody that does have sunspots that wants to solve it. So they'll get tagged in it, and it will just grow and grow and grow. I'm yet to talk to Brooke about how she's finding it. I'm going to do that, but I just wanted to share this with you guys, and I think it's pretty cool because we need that edge. We need that point of difference to really target our audience, and don't just understand that it does sound counterintuitive because it's not what we've been told. And why would you narrow your market like you're shooting yourself in the foot? But we have to stand out. So I hope that helps. If this aligns with you, obviously it has to be your truth. I reckon it's something that is worth giving a go, because we have to change it up. We have to stand out. I keep saying stand out, but we have to, if something's not working, then do something about it, is what I'm learning. And we have to keep growing and keep learning and keep exploring new ideas. And this is an idea I'm going to give a go, because posting about my story and posting about adaptogens and posting about cleansing and posting about somebody's transformation isn't working for me anymore. So I'm going to take this on board. And that's why I haven't been posting on social media. Because I'm just, working it out and slowing down to speed up. And I think it's pretty cool. So, yeah, thank you so much. I will stop share and close off. And let me know what you guys think. I think it's pretty damn cool.